Hi guys, I'm so excited for today's video because today I'm going to be reviewing for you something that's been in my room for a very long time. I got this before the launch and I was so excited, and then shit happened. My mom has been visiting for like 2 weeks. She left a few days ago and I finally feel like I have some time to like breathe again and do stuff. So sorry again, this review is kind of late, but we're going to be testing out the new Flower Knows collection, which is really not even new anymore, and I have played with some of these things already, so it's not just a first impression, it's going to be a review, even though I haven't tried all of these things on my face yet, but we're going to play with a lot of them today, and there are so many things in this collection, and I really wanted to make sure that I did this justice, because honestly, everything from Flower Knows is just amazing. Like, you do see, wait, right there, like all of these palettes are from Flower Knows. I love them. I bought, I think, all of them except for like one myself, maybe two, but I love them as a brand. I think they're amazing. I will link them down below. I think I have an affiliated code with them now, which I will put on the screen and in my description box if I do, at least I think so. So I want to show you everything that is in here with swatches and stuff like that, and then we'll get into doing a look on camera with a lot of these things, and then I'll show you another look that I've done with the palette at the very end. So I want to show you the things first that I didn't get any like close-up stuff because I felt like it was sort of unnecessary. So there is a brush in this. Obviously this is a PR package, just so you know. And they also sent me a mirror, which their mirrors are super nice. So if you're looking for like a new handheld mirror, don't sleep on those. They also sent me a brush, which I've had a couple of these in the past. I have this one, and they're okay. I feel like they're a little flimsy and like not my favorites, and it's usually just one of those gift with purchase. So if you buy something, you might end up getting one of these in your package. But the rest of the collection I'm so excited about. So let me go ahead and show you the thing first that I'm not that excited about. And this is just a brow powder, which is not really a product that I ever use. I tend to use a brow pen and then like a brow pencil to fill in my brows with. So this is just something I'm gonna have on hand just in case I ever feel like I need to use something like that, or like I'm out of my other brow product for some reason. But the rest of these, they're so beautiful. Oh my god, like the packaging on this, so I could like rave about these all day. Let's start with the highlighters. So they've come out with two highlighters. I think there is probably more in this range as well. I'm not really sure. I haven't looked on their website to like see exactly the full range of products, but I would imagine in a lot of these things there are other color schemes and other stuff as well. So just take a look on their website because I don't think I got the full collection. But these two highlighters are stunning. I did use the lighter one in my first look that I filmed yesterday, which I will show you later, and it's really pretty. It's a little too light for me, but I'm thinking that the darker one is going to be perfect, so we're going to be trying that out on my face today. There are also two liquid highlighters, which I am not a liquid highlighter person, but when I swatch these, I do think that I could make these work. So maybe we'll try one of them today. I'm not sure I'm going to really be able to put all of this on my face, but I also feel like these would be beautiful as liquid eyeshadows. I'm not someone who uses liquid eyeshadows a lot, but these dry down very quickly, which feels for me like something I would rather use on my eyes than on my face, because if it dries down that fast, I'd be a little bit scared to like blend it out properly, because I'm not someone who uses cream products on my face very much except for foundation and stuff. Let's see. There are also three blushes, which these are so stunning. And I have a blush from Flower Knows in basically the same format from a different collection. That is like one of my absolute favorite blushes in my collection. It comes with me every time I travel. It's such a beautiful color, and the formula of these are just wonderful. And I like that they've expanded their range to include some colors that are a little more suitable for people with darker skin tones as well, because a lot of the things from Flower Knows are geared toward more like, you know, lighter skinned people, which is their main market. I think they sell a lot in China and stuff like that. So, you know, it is what it is, but I'm really happy to see these colors being added to their range, because I feel like it means that a lot more people can actually try their brand now. Let's talk about the lip products. These are really pretty, and I have a lot of lip products from Flower Knows that I really like. There are quite a few formulas in here. There is one that is more of like a lipstick that I would explain as sort of a gloss stick, but it has a little bit more pigment to it. There's also a more opaque gloss that comes with a doe foot, which is really pretty. I wore that in yesterday's look. And then there's also a gloss, which I haven't tried yet, that I want to try today. And then, of course, last but not least, we have the eyeshadow palette. Now, like I said before, I do think that there are more eyeshadow palettes in this collection, in this range. So if this color scheme doesn't really scream your name, I totally understand. It's a very neutral palette, and it's not going to be for everybody. But I will say, so far, I've had a good time with this. I did one look with it yesterday. I'm going to do another look today. And it's going to be very simple because, I mean, look at this palette, right? There's only so much I can do with it. But you all know I've been enjoying playing with neutrals and stuff lately. So I'm really not upset at that at all. And I also really like the PR package that it comes with. I mean, these are just such beautiful, beautiful boxes that I like to keep and store other things in. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna get into trying some of these things. So I only have bronzer on my face as well as like the base makeup. So I wanna use one of the blushes to start off. So let's do this one I used yesterday. I wanna do probably this one. Let's see. The lightest one I feel like might be a little too light, but maybe let's do a little bit of both of these, because that way I've tried all of them. So I'm actually gonna start with the darkest one. This is the shade 02 Little Cranberry. So yesterday I used a natural hair brush, which I think was a little bit of a mistake because these are more pigmented than the other blushes that I'm used to from them. I'll show you the one that I absolutely love. This is from the Strawberry Rococo collection. This is the shade, what does this say? Bloody Mary something. It's the number 5. It's really hard to see on the back, but you can see like the imprint on this is all gone. Like, this is one of my favorite blushes, so I'm really excited to have more of these in my range. So I'm gonna use this one, which is the darker one. I'm gonna use a synthetic brush today, and I'm gonna do that on the upper portion of my cheek hair. Yeah, natural hair brush was definitely a mistake yesterday, but I just did not know how pigmented these were gonna be because I'm so used to them not being that pigmented, but this is really pretty. And don't worry, I am going to blend this out more as well, but that is giving some really nice color payoff, and it's very easy to work with. I really enjoy the formula of these blushes, and if you're someone who don't like very matte blushes, you might not like these, but I am someone who does, so for me, these are perfect. So for the bottom, and to like blend this out a little bit, I'm gonna use the lighter shade, which is the shade called Ballet Fairy, and just gonna take that on the same brush and sort of just blend these two together. And I think this is gonna be a nice combination. This is maybe a little too light for me as a blush, actually. It's kind of showing up a little bit, like it has a gray undertone to it, and that could just be because there is, you know, some white added into this, and sometimes if I use a color that's a little too light, it can end up looking a little bit gray, but actually I do think that looks really nice. Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all. I think these two blended in together very nicely. Now, is it very high maintenance using two blushes on your face? Yes. Is this something I do often? No, and I'm probably not going to do it again for a long time, but I really just wanted to test out these shades so you could see. I'm just going to take that brush that it came with, just a clean brush, and just go over this a little bit to make sure that it is all blended. And I think that looks really nice. So what I want to do next, I want to try the darker of the highlighters, and maybe I'll do one of the liquid blushes. I don't know, I'm scared of the liquid blushes. I'm not liquid highlighters. I'm scared of the liquid highlighters, not gonna lie. And yeah, just because I don't use a lot of cream products, like I said. So I'm gonna use this one, which is the shade called 02 Paradise Lost. So this is number 2, the other one is number 1. I don't know if it comes with more, like I said. I'm just gonna use a fluffy brush here, and we're gonna see. Okay, yeah, I already like this color so much more. This is really, really pretty. And I do think this suits my skin tone a little bit more as well. I love the imprints in these, and they're still just so easy to pick up on a brush, which sometimes I look at these products and I'm like, that might be a little too hard pressed just because of like the imprint is so intricate, but you can easily pick this up with a very fluffy brush and it looks very nice. So yeah, I like that a lot. I think that looks really, really pretty. Super happy with that. Let's see. Let's do a lip product next. I'm gonna start with a lip liner. I'm gonna use my Natasha Nona Stub, which this is my second one. Man, I love these so much. This color is so beautiful. This is the My Perfect, I need a nude lip crown. What's this even called? How do I not know this by now? I don't even know, but this is the one from the My Perfect Nude collection or whatever it's called. And I will use this lip liner with absolutely every lip product ever. I'm gonna use the gloss today because I feel like this lipstick is just, the color is just too dark for what I would usually go for on a daily basis. So I would rather test out a product that I know I'm going to use. So this is the gloss. Let's see, what is the name of this one? Berry Bomb. So it's definitely more of like a purpley gloss. Doesn't have a ton of pigment to it, which smells good. It definitely has a very visible like purple tint, but not so much that it looks like your lips are purple, right? Like, I think that's actually very subtle and very pretty. Yeah, I quite like that. Let me take a look up close. Ooh, that is really pretty. I like how subtle the purple is in it. I can definitely see myself using that again. That is beautiful. Let's go into the eyeshadow palette. Now, like I was saying before, it's gonna be a very simple look because what am I supposed to do, right? So I'm just gonna prime my eyes with my Natasha Nona, with my P. Louise eyeshadow base. Because that is the one that I've been using lately, and I've been actually very much enjoying it. So I'm just gonna keep using it until I somehow change my mind. But I have found that the trick to use this primer is just not use too much of it. Because I remember back when this primer was like super popular and you'd see all these girls on Instagram like packing on so much of this that it looked like, I don't even know, it almost looked like foundation on their eyelids, and it was just not a good look. And like, I remember when I first started using this back in the day, I didn't really like it because I definitely used too much of it and things would crease on me. And I do feel like they have reformulated it as well, because I don't experience all the creasing on it this time around, but maybe I'm also just using it properly. Like, I really don't know. So I'm gonna do a very simple look, and I'm gonna use, let's see. I feel like I used this one and no, I used these two in my look yesterday, so maybe I should use these, but I feel like that might also look a little too similar, so I'm thinking I'll just use the neutrals and then the neutral shimmer on the lid. The only difference is today I'm gonna use the shimmer with my finger because yesterday I had long nails on and I just felt like with a finger it's going to look a little bit better. I'm actually gonna start with a dark brown shade instead of the transition shade because I want to make sure that this is really as dark as I can get it, because I do want this to be more of a, not a smoky eye, but a little bit more contrast than what I was able to get out of yesterday's look. So I'm just gonna put this in the outer corner of my eye again, super simple, like not gonna do anything crazy, because this is the kind of palette that I would use on a day where I just wanna do something very easy and just pretty, you know? Let me know if you've tried anything from Flower Knows and what your favorite product from them is. I have tried so many of their things by now, and I have to admit that they are probably one of my favorite brands. Like, not just because the packaging is absolutely incredible and so pretty, but their products are really, really good quality as well. And I feel like their formulas are like unique and that they have their own formula, if that makes sense. Like, I really feel like this is not a brand that uses the same like manufacturers as other brands, or if they do, they've definitely customed their formulas, because I can't think of another brand that is like exactly the same as they are. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this just in the front portion of my crease hair just to get a little bit of definition. Not that much, like I said, I just want this to be a super, super simple look. And just something that looks very pretty and can show off the eyeshadows well. So that's basically gonna be it. And then I'm gonna do some glitter primer like I did the first time I used this palette as well, because I just feel like it really helps the shimmer sparkle more. And there are so many sparkles in this shadow that I just didn't feel like I was able to show off properly the first time I used it. And that makes me really sad because their shimmer formula honestly is really, really nice. So I'm gonna take the middle shade here on my finger and just put a lot of that basically on my lid and try to show this off a little bit better. So this is definitely the kind of formula that you want to use your fingers with. And that doesn't go for all of the shimmers from this brand, but I find that some of them, you really get to see like the magic. And I've said many times before that I really don't like using my fingers with eyeshadows, but it is easier now that I've not been using fake nails all the time. So when I don't, this could be a palette that I would reach for more often. I don't know if you can see, but like, I feel like that looks so pretty. Like, is it super boring and simple? Obviously, but sometimes that's just what I feel like these days, and I'm not ashamed to say that. So I'm just gonna use a brush now to just make sure I get a good blend with it, and I'll go back in with the first brown shade that I used just to put a little bit more on the outer corners. But yeah, I mean, this is just really pretty. I don't know what else to say. It's boring, but it's very pretty. Just tapping over with the brown again on the outer corner. You know, let's use a little bit of that liquid highlighter just on my front lower lash line. Now, is this supposed to be used on your lower lash line or around your... I don't know. I hope it's okay. But I'm gonna use this one, which is the shade called... This is so pretty. It's called Pixie Dream. And you saw it in the swatch. It's got this beautiful duochrome shift to it, which I feel like might be a little too much for on the face. But I don't know. I feel like on... the eyes is gonna look really pretty. Oh, look at that. That is beautiful. Yeah, so I'm just gonna use, wow, I really like that. I really like that. That just adds such a beautiful, kind of subtle inner corner slash lower lash line shade. Oh yeah. Like, hopefully this won't irritate my eyes or anything like that and dry down properly and last all day, but that is really pretty. You can't tell me otherwise. I went ahead and just put on some lashes and some eyeliner and just kept it very, very simple. So obviously, super kind of boring but pretty look, but again, not sorry about it because I think it looks really pretty. Super pretty. So I'm going to show you the other look that I've done with this palette as well. Again, it's nothing revolutionary, but if you're someone who's looking for just a very simple palette that you can do like everyday looks with, maybe like work appropriate looks, if that is something that is, you know, important to you to not be able to use super colorful shadows or anything too intense, then this would be a great palette for you, honestly. I think the quality is amazing. The shimmer is really, really pretty. Like, very sparkly, very kind of subtle and sparkly at the same time. I don't know, it's a little hard to explain, but I really like the way it looks on the eyes, and out in the sunshine, it really sparkles and looks beautiful. I think that everything in this collection, honestly, is so pretty, and even though I'm a little scared of the liquid highlighters, I definitely want to try to use them on my face, but it's going to be on a day where I don't plan on going anywhere. Just in case I screw it up, because these kind of products that dry down that you have to like blend out quickly on your face, they really scare me. So yeah, it's not going to be the kind of product that I want to play with on an important makeup day, but I definitely do want to test it out. The powder highlighters are beautiful. I can definitely see myself using the one that I used in today's look a lot. I do think the other one is a little too light for what I prefer in a highlighter. And maybe if I mix them together, it'll be like my perfect highlighter. But their formula is gorgeous. It doesn't enhance any texture. It lays really nicely on the skin. It like blends into the skin and just looks sort of wet looking. I feel like the formula is sort of similar to Pat McGrath's highlighters if you've tried those, which I love those, and I almost have pan in one of the ones that I do own. So I think the formula is really nice, and obviously the packaging is just stunning. Like, these are the kind of products that you want to display on your vanity because they're incredible. The blushes, I'm so excited to have more of these because, like I said, the formula is beautiful, and I'm so excited that they came out with some more pigmented shades and just like some deeper tones as well. I think that was a really, really good move on their part. The lip products, I'm also really excited to own because I think that because all of these are more of a glossy product, even though they're different formulas and different like containers, I think that these are all products that I could see myself using quite a lot. Maybe except for the lipstick, the gloss lipstick. I'm gonna have to test this out and see if I'm able to like sheer it out, but the color on its own is a little too like bright and bold for what I go for usually. I'm someone who, I just feel like I'm a very messy eater and drinker, and I'm someone who likes to drink a lot and snack a lot, so for me to have something that I have to worry about all day, it's just not ideal. So I think those are going to be my thoughts on the collection. Obviously, the accessories and stuff are really, really pretty too if you're looking for mirrors, or like maybe you don't need a brush from Flower Knows, but again, it's really pretty. And if this is something that you're interested in, I mean, it's a nice brush, not gonna lie. I quite like it. I'm probably gonna just keep it here in my studio for in case I want to brush through my hair before I start filming. That seems a little high maintenance, but maybe I am a little high maintenance. Actually, I probably am. The brow product I will try at some point, but that time's not gonna be now. I do feel like the colors are nice though. Like, these two colors are probably gonna work very nicely for me. yeah, they would definitely have other colors on their website as well if you're someone who likes brow powders. I think this is the number 2. It says Cold Brew Tawny. They definitely have others if you don't have the same coloring that I do. But I really like this collection. I think it's so pretty, and I'm glad I was finally able to sit down and do like a full review of this because I felt so bad. Like I really wanted to play with this, but I just felt like I didn't have it in me or I just didn't have time. And I feel like I'm in a much better place right now. Thank you for all of the nice messages lately, by the way. Like I really appreciate all of you, and don't worry about me. Like I'm doing fine. Honestly, I'm doing a lot better now than I was doing, you know, a few months ago after the breakup. But yeah, I'm in a much better mindset right now, and even though I might not be posting as many videos as I would like to start getting back into it again, because this is something that I get a lot of joy out of, and I get fulfillment out of doing this, but it's one of those things, like if you haven't done it in a while, the motivation to do so is not as strong as if you're like consistent with it. So I think I need to just try to be a little bit more consistent, and yeah, I don't want to promise anything because I hate when I can't keep my promises, so just keep an eye out on my channel for more content because there will be more. I just don't know like exactly how often, but I know I have a couple of releases coming in that I'm excited to film with. So I think those are just going to be my thoughts on the collection. I will link them all down below if you want to check it out, as well as my affiliated code that I think I have. I'm pretty sure I signed up for their affiliate program, but if I don't have one, the collection is still great. It really doesn't change my opinion on any of these products. So thank you so much for watching. If you want to see some more Flower Knows content, I do have a playlist I will put on my screen. And if you are new, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.